For my dearest Gail, um, we met when I was a student in California. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. That was 57 years ago. And we met at MIA, or Mutual as it was called. I was one of the few fellows who went to MIA. There are many more women who did. And she was the secretary of the Young Women MIA presidency. And her job was to stand at the door where people walked into the chapel and greet them. And somehow she learned my name and would say, "Welcome, Mr. Brown," or "Hello, Mr. Brown," that kind of thing. It took me a little longer to learn her name. That's just the way it was. I was deep in school and not into any social life at the time. But somehow her greetings reached inside of me, and I suppose I began to feel something even then, though we were just passing acquaintances. That winter, the approach to winter, as Christmas was coming on, a fellow in the ward was assigned to make assignments for rides from Berkeley to wherever people were going. And I was assigned to Grandma's car, since I didn't have one. So we climbed in her Volkswagen Bug and drove from the Bay Area all the way to my home in Sandy, where my mother was living. She met my mother. "Hello, how are you? Nice to meet you." But there was nothing going on at that time. I've already sent around, I think, my story of my courting of her with my last little letter to family. And we just sort of fast forward. She soon became a good sport. I figured that out. With my quirky interests and ideas, which are not law, not business, not a lot of other things. So she, during our first year of marriage, took a class in modern Greek so that she could learn the alphabet and learn a few things to say and so on. Then later, after I had dragged her and everyone in our family off to the Middle East for a year and a half, she enrolled in an Arabic class, which she continued to study for 3 years, eventually becoming, as everybody knows, the typist for the Book of Mormon Doctrine and Covenants pro great price. She would hasten to add she was not the translator, but she typed in all those little squiggly lines into a computer. Much of it onto our home computer, I must say. Naturally, our family grew. We became 5 children and 2 parents, 25 grandchildren, 2 grandparents, and 3 great-grandchildren and 2 great-grandparents. Fortunately, we've lived to see all of that. That's been an important gift to us as the extension of our lives. Most recently, when we went to Turkey, she was this warm, accepting, reaching out, embracing person. Before our services would begin, in our little hotel room, she was greeting people. As soon as they were over and I was doing stuff, she was greeting and talking to people, using her Google Translate to say what she wanted to say, first in English and then into Turkish, or Russian, or German, or whatever was needed. And she became what she didn't want to become if we had been called to a seminary and institute mission. She became the hostess for the branch. And I can remember some of my enduring memories are walking back from church services. It was about a mile walk from there to our apartment. And there always seemed like there were always missionaries, all 4 of them, and the young single adults, 2 of them, plus maybe a couple of friends, and 2 or 3 other people from the branch who would walk to our place and go upstairs where we lived, and she would then prepare a meal. And those times had the effect of welding our branch together. And she was at the heart of it. Nowadays, she prowls the internet, mostly looking for things that will help fill out pictures or stories of people who have had no stories told about them or have no photos posted of them on Family Search. And she's done that with members of our ward. She's done that with people whom she knows from afar who have passed away, and so on. And by doing so, she has honored their memories, and she has conferred a measure of dignity on these people who otherwise would just have blank pages. Perhaps not for long, perhaps grandchildren or great-grandchildren become interested in these people and begin to work on this kind of thing. But we just don't know, but she has started it. She also makes our garden grow. I remember asking her soon after we moved into our home if she'd be willing to work at growing vegetables, and she was willing and has now become the biggest green thumb, not the biggest, but the most important green thumb in our ward. Nobody else competes. She'll grow a jungle back there in our garden, and everybody comes and looks, and they sort of walk away thinking, oh, well, I wish I could do that. But she does it every year. And still, even though it costs her something to bend over for long periods of time while she's planting and watering and so on, she still does it. It's become part of the fabric of her life. She's also been willing to put up with my non-cooking, which I know has been a tough thing, that she always has to fix the meals or whatever. I can get my own cereal for breakfast, I can fix my own sandwich for lunch, but she's stuck with the evening meal unless we go out, and that's always my turn to cook. At any rate, my dearest Gail, you're the love of my life. I love you deeply and dearly. I wish you not only this happy birthday, but many more to come. Your family will love it.
How someone who stands for good could not have a day that would be set aside for the recognition, position never.
Happy birthday to my favorite grandma ever. I love you so very much, and thank you so much for all your love and support. And thank you for always being there for me and caring about things that go on in my life. And I love you so very much, and happy birthday. She's shedding a lot.
Happy birthday, Grandma. Grandma Brown.
Here's Bessie. She says, happy birthday, Grandma. I love you so much. Hope you have a good birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom. I'd like to wish you a happy birthday and thank you for everything that you've done for me growing up. I feel like you've provided so many creative opportunities for me and my siblings. I remember learning macrame and tulle painting, gymnastics classes, having track camps over the summer, swimming lessons, dance lessons, and most of all, I'd like to thank you for piano lessons and for being the one to make me practice. I really wouldn't have practiced and gotten as good as I am without you making me, so thank you. Music fills my life now. Almost every single day I use the piano in some way, and I'm very, very thankful to you and Dad for providing piano lessons for me and for encouraging me and for always coming to all of my musical events, whatever they are, and now my kids as they do theirs. I love you and I thank you for all that you do for me and for my family and for all of my siblings and their families. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Grandma. Thank you for coming to all my volleyball games and giving me really good birthday presents.
My favorite memory of my mom is her overdone letters making me walk through freezing cold nights and huge snow drifts to deliver the letters to the neighbors. And my mom hiding in the bushes during my football practices so she can watch them. And how much she loved living abroad in Israel in my 8th grade year. Those were all great. She put up with a lot of crap from her teenage kids and her husband who was living his dream. I love you. Happy Mother's Day. Or happy birthday. What are we doing this for? Happy birthday. It is Mother's Day.
I cannot possibly think of a favorite memory I have with Grandma since all of them are my favorite. Especially the ones where I get to hang out with her in the gardens. That's what I love most about her.
Give me this thing. I love everything about Grandma, especially when she buys me crab legs. Happy birthday, Grandma!
Happy birthday, Grandma!
We love you!
Love ya.
Huh? Now? Are you talking now? Yes. Happy birthday from me and Ronnie. Love you.
Easily, the thing that stands out most to me from my childhood with a great grandmother is the amount of attention to detail and planning that you gave to us as your grandchildren, especially in things such as picking grapes for some extra cash, or the Magic Penny Fairy, which you constantly invited over, just these things that taught us to work, to have fun, to enjoy life, and really be able to get a lot out of it. And you always continue to make sure that nobody's left behind, and that everybody gets to have a part. And I just love that. It's something I try to remember. So I'm super grateful for that example. Thank you, Grandma. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Grandma Brown. One of my favorite things about you is you're so sweet and always helping others and always doing stuff for others, like how you bought my shoes. Thank you so much. I love you.
Happy birthday, Gail Brown. Hey, just wanted to take a moment to tell you how much I love and appreciate you. One of my first memories is when Julianne asked me to go fishing with you in Kent to Nebo Creek on a Monday for a family home evening. So we went and did that, and I had such an amazing time, and I was so drawn to the family, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for, I guess, all the blessings that you and Ken have given us. You've been so generous and taught us so much. It's been fun to be able to talk stocks with you and learn finances, and especially I'm just grateful for your example, to be able to follow that, and you mean so much to us and to me in our lives, and we're so thankful for you, and hope you have a wonderful birthday.
Hey Grandma, happy birthday. I hope that you have the best birthday ever and that it's great and wonderful. I'm so grateful for everything that you do for me and that you're always so willing to help me out whenever I need it. Definitely one of my favorite memories ever is the penny fairy when we were all kids. That was one of my favorite things, and I was always surprised that everyone else didn't have a penny fairy. So thank you so much for all you do. I hope you have a happy birthday, and happy birthday from me and this crew. Bye.
Happy birthday, Grandma. I hope you have a great birthday. I remember when you took Elise, Nan, and I to see The Wizard of Oz at a really cool theater, and it was really fun. And thank you for all that you've done for us. And I hope you have a great birthday. I love you. Bye.
Happy birthday, Mom. I've been thinking about what I could say that I love about you, and there's just so many things, but I think kind of what it boils down to is you put others ahead of your own needs. And I think one of the earliest memories that I have of you when Scott and I were first married, and Scotty was a newborn. Scotty had to go back to the hospital as a newborn because of his jaundice. And I remember that was so worrisome to you that you pled with Heavenly Father to preserve Scotty, and in exchange for that you made a covenant with him that you would actually give up Diet Coke. And I've never forgotten that. I think about that every time I eat a chocolate chip cookie and wonder if I would be willing to give that up for one of my grandchildren. And it made me realize just right away that once you're a mother, you're always a mother. And I feel that again with now that I get to be a grandma, how much I love my children and their children. And I hope that I'll be as great of a grandma as you are to my kids.
Hi Grandma, happy birthday. One of my favorite memories is how you always found so old Easter eggs in your garden because you hid them so well and they were in the dirt.
Say hi, Grandma.
Hi, Mama.
Say love you.
Love you.
We love you so much, Grandma, and I just wanted to say that every time I think of you, I think of all the fun memories of staying at your house and our family getting Provo Bakery, and then playing in your backyard and doing gardening with the garden snakes, and all the times that I've helped repaint your fence. And we just love you so much, and I have so many fond memories of you and love you to death.
We're so grateful. I'm also so grateful that you've made me feel like your own granddaughter, and for all the love that you show to every single person. And you make everybody feel. Yes, go ahead. You make every single person feel so special, and you are so invested in every single person and make each person feel very important. And I really appreciate that. And we love you, and we really look up to you, and we're grateful for all that you've done for us.
Love you so much, Grandma. Love you.
I like how whenever we raft the river, you don't go, but you always help us with food. I love you.
Hey Grandma, it's your boy Elder Clegg. I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. And I was told to tell of one of my favorite memories of you. And one of them gotta be that one time I came over to mow the lawn and you guys were talking about your dang dogs over across the fence and stuff, and how you called them dang dogs, and it was hilarious because I don't think I've ever heard you swear or Grandpa swear before. So I thought that was hilarious, and that's one of my favorite memories of you. And also, I just loved when we used to go like river rafting and stuff. And then you'd just be like walking on the side while we're rafting down. You're like, yeah! Like when we were walking on, just like rafting down, and you're just walking on the side, always looking for us. And whenever I'd catch a fish or whatever on the side, you'd be like, yeah! So that was always fun. And something you taught me is that it's cool to be an old person. I know you probably knew Moses in the 3rd grade or whatever, but even though you're so old, that you're still active and always in your garden. And I'm grateful for that, and I love you so much, and have a happy birthday. Adios.
Hey Gal, happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful day. And thank you for all you do for the family and all the support you give to the kids, and their different activities. And appreciate all you do for us, and hope it's a wonderful and great day.
Happy birthday. We hope you have a great birthday, and we are looking forward to seeing you really, really soon.
Brown, how's it going? Happy Mother's Day. Wow, don't really know what memory to pick. I think when I think of good memories with you, I think of a lot of good memories. So I guess I'll just go with a lot. I remember as a kid, every single time we went up to Utah, stayed with you guys, you always had a list of a million fun things for us to do. When I was like 4 years old, I was like talking to my parents, like, oh, why don't we live in Utah? It's so much fun when we go there. Because you always had you just had lots of fun stuff for us to do. You took us to museums, to parks, to football games, to whatever. And I think that's just a quality that you have, is that you strive to make people happy. And you strive to make others happy before making yourself happy. And you serve a lot of people. So thank you so much for that. Love you a ton.
Happy birthday, Grandma. Love you.
All right, happy birthday, Mom. We got to do a little video thing for you. I even put on lipstick for you. Anyway, oh, it's kind of wrinkled lips there. Anyway, just want to wish you a happy birthday. Love you lots. One thing that's super important to me is helping me teach me how to be a mom. One of the things that's been important in my life is the time that you give. You're always giving time. And that's one of the things that I've learned from you, and hope my kids see it as important as I've seen it as important in my life. I remember a couple of times when I was younger in high school and I had a report that was due and I hadn't typed it yet, and it was 10:30 at night and you would always offer to do that for me. So those are some of the times that you would offer, and just other times coming out to everybody's birthdays and just visiting, putting in a little bit of time here and there, and the big moments in life, trying to physically be there when you can. Anyway, thanks. Love you. Bye.
Happy birthday, Grandma. I don't even know what to say. I have so many fond memories and so much love for you that I want to be able to share, but only a short amount of time. So one of my favorite things that I wanted to share is just I love how supportive you are of all of your grandkids and how you always make time to come to our plays, to our games, to whatever we're doing. You make time for it, and I think that that's just so... That's something that I really value and appreciated growing up, is knowing that my grandma would always be there for me, and I loved that support that you gave to all of us as grandkids. And I don't know, I love you so much, and I love your sweet spirit, and I'm just so grateful that you're my grandma.
Hi, Grandma. I just want to thank you so much for being such an amazing grandma, for always supporting me, for always helping me out, and for always letting me come over whenever I'm hungry or want to talk. I'm super, super incredibly honored to have you as my grandma, to have somebody with so much knowledge and wisdom, and I hope that you have the best birthday ever. You deserve it, and I look forward to continuing to learn from you and to come over more often and eat more food together. But I love you. I'm so grateful for everything you do. Thank you for supporting me, supporting the family, for putting in hard work all the time. You are amazing. I love you.
Happy birthday, Grandma. I thought I'd stand in the part of the yard that you donated to Grandpa. There's Grandpa's garden. Of course, it's the spot with the snake. Just wanted to let you know how much I love you, and happy birthday, and hoping that you have a good one. Hoping that you're enjoying hearing from all your family. We all love you so much and appreciate all the support you give us. I think your life to me is like the little red hen. You say, who would like to help me weed the garden, which is right over here, and everybody says, not me. And who would help me plant the garden, and nobody wants to do that. But who will help me eat the garden? Everybody says me. I will. Growing up, I loved spending time with you. I loved your humor. I loved doing your dirty work when I had to go and tie ribbons on all the mailboxes or on the fence, and I loved all the overdone things and all the little pranks you played on people. People would have never guessed that it was my mom behind all of those things. I loved going to Romania with you when I was 19 years old, spending my birthday there. I think you're knocking on the window right now. Yes, you are. And I just want you to know how much I love you and how much I appreciate your generosity. Your financial genius is amazing. You've helped our whole family. You and Dad will live on peanut butter and jam sandwiches, and yet take us out to dinner or get the grandkids a treat. I have a big cat behind me right now. Let's get that one, just so you can always remember your yard. And once again, the little red hen story. Who will help me earn the money? Nobody really wants to. Well, they like to do projects for Grandma. Who will help me save the money? Nobody really wants to. Who will help me spend the money? All of us. I'll take stocks. I'll take money for Christmas and birthdays. You treat our families really well, and we're thankful for that. And that's it. Happy birthday, and I love you.
So my favorite memory of Grandma is, well, it's kind of a group of memories all together. It was always very much a lot of fun, very fun to show up to Grandma and Grandpa's house after a long day of driving in the car over the summer growing up, and getting there, and then Grandma coming out with big glasses of grape juice for us to all have. And all that collection of memories is my favorite memory of Grandma.
My favorite memory is the Pioneer Day that Scotty and I were dating, and he brought me up to watch fireworks and have dinner at Grandma and Grandpa's house. And do you want to share yours?
he's saying that his favorite memory is going to play on the swings by Grandma's house and her taking pictures of him, and they're being really cute pictures. Okay,
And
now he's done.
And my favorite memory is, yeah, like I said, that Pioneer Day, when everybody was telling me that Joel was actually a hobo that you guys just invited over for dinner. It was funny the whole time. I remember laughing and having so much fun, and I felt super welcome, and I was grateful for your efforts, Grandma, to make me feel welcome and a part of the family.
Love you.
Happy birthday, Grandma. I love how you like fishing just like I do. Happy birthday. There he is.
Hello, Mother. I would just like to tell you how grateful I am for you and for all of your support, current and in the past. You've always been supportive and helpful to my little family, and as well as when I was little. I'm grateful that you let me have a kitty in my room and let me read a lot of books, and also supported me when I wanted to learn to sew really well. You got me a serger and let me take sewing classes. So all those little things added up to feeling like I had a mom that believed in me and wanted to see me happy and to succeed and to follow what my dreams were. Anyway, I'm always grateful for your example of being a faithful woman of God and a supportive wife to your husband, as well as putting others' needs before your own. So thank you for being such a great example, and I love you, and I hope you have a great birthday.
Happy birthday, Grandma. Hopefully this is a good year for you, and thank you for all the support you've given us over the last few years. Hopefully you have a good birthday, and thank you.
Happy birthday, love you. I'd say one of the good memory I have of you. I remember Jerusalem. That was really fun. And yeah, again, I love you. Happy birthday. Yeah.
Good evening, and welcome to Stories from the Far Side, subtitled Things You Always Wanted to Know About Grandma, or Not. It's been fun over the past many years getting to know Grandma Brown and doing things with her. And one of the things that's always amazed me with Grandma Brown is how willing she is to support the rest of us going and floating the Green River, and willing to drive back and forth many times during the day to ferry people, food, cars back from the top and down to the bottom, and do it as many times as is needed. And even though it's not her most joyous place to be because of things that have happened in the past, and she does want to make sure that we are all safe and sound as we float the river. And it reminds me of a time when we were going down and the kids were quite young, and we were doing a second run of the day, and we divided the girls from the boys, and Jason and I had the young boys. I think Taylor was maybe 10 or so, maybe 12 when we went on this trip, and Jason and I may have spent a little bit more time fishing than we should have and weren't really paying attention. We thought the boys could handle the steering and driving of the raft, and we got to the aptly named Mother-in-Law Rapid when I noticed that we were heading straight for a rock, and not the right rock that we want to hit. And, well, we hit it square on, and I noticed Jason bailed out of the back of the raft, and we all went into the water. A few minutes later, as I was standing there contemplating what to do in chest-deep water and saw Jason down about 100 yards downstream where he had been swept away by the current, and Taylor was swimming towards me and doing the backstroke, holding my fly rod. I was very grateful that he had saved my fly rod. And Scotty, Kaylin, Tanner, and Parker were all swimming in knee-deep water, not realizing that they could actually stand up and walk out of the river at that point. And I thought, I don't think I really want to tell Grandma Brown that we flipped the raft. It wasn't one of the things I actually wanted to tell her, even though we were all safe. And we gathered the raft and we got back in, and as we started back down the river, the boys were scared. Anytime we'd even rub a rock, they would jump and flinch and be nervous. And I thought, this is good, no one's going to say anything. And as we got down towards the bottom more, their bravery came back. They were wanting us to flip the raft at every point that we could. And as we got down towards the bottom, of course, the girls were chanting how slow we were and how they beat us down. And as we were getting out of the raft, I was just trying to meekly stay off to one side and not try to explain anything. And it was Kaylin that I think went up to Grandma Brown and started saying, "Grandma, guess what? We flipped the raft." And then Tanner and Parker joined in, regaling their experiences of hitting the water, forgetting that they thought they were going to die when they first hit the water, but how much fun they had swimming and not realizing that how deep the water was or how shallow the water was. And Grandma Brown looked at me and I just kind of said, yeah, we flipped the raft. And it was one of those fun experiences, and I'm glad that she's still willing to drive people back and forth and up and down, even though some of us may not do the right things on the river. Thank you, Grandma Brown. And come back again for stories from the far side.
Hi, Grandma. I just want to say I love you. I hope you're doing good. I really admire you and your diligence in the gospel and just always thinking of others. Love you.
Hi, Grandma. Happy birthday or Mother's Day. We're not sure what this is for. But I love you, and one of the things I like about you is that you always try to stay hip and in with all the new technologies, but you don't actually really know how to work them very well. Like, you didn't even know how to reply to a text on an Apple Watch, or if you could even do that. But I really am grateful that you know how to use technology and for all the ancestor work you do for us. So thank you. Love you.
And thanks for always making me feel super welcomed in the family. You always do an awesome job at that, and I love you a lot for that. We love your cute lanterns on your tree, and every time I think of your grape slush, my mouth waters. Love you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grandma. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Grandma. Say happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We love you. We love you so much. We hope your day is wonderful. Have a great day. Love you. You want to blow her a kiss?